First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set. 180. 47 is the mic. I got
it. This thrown quickly out to Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Recon, 132 fighter. 47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike 47. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Stafford on third down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Here we go, G.
Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. That's caught by Penny. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
General West.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, New York.
Let's go. 10-2 start. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 61. Fine.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
1st down.
On the set. Mike 51. Mike 51. Bring it. Bring it.
Jones on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to throw, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
60 outlaw.
Jones now throwing on first down. He's going to take a shot, and he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hand will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
47's the mic, boy, 47.
Throwing again, Stafford. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Rabbit. Hey, Orbit.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Caught by Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. The toss out to Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
On first down, Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
In your face. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. They're going to need some shoes.
Throwing again on second down. Jones escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Set. 60 on. Hey, Delta. Get up the field.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He's going to go up. And, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Stafford. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
First down, 20. Check, 47. Ricky.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Blue 60. No chance.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 34. Johnson on the counter. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
James has got it. Complete.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Check, 47. All day, every day, any day.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
No gain on the play.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Hey, Foxtrot.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 29.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
50, plant. Strip the ball. Hey, exit. At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Hey, man. You draw Porter. At 25 to Mike. We're down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones, he'll rifle. They've got his man complete. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. And even 40 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, Browns 3-7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Now Jones. He completes it to Tate. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Giants have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's get off the field. Easy.
Again, it's Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
180. Check, 47. Come on, dude. 40 gun.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll get to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one good for 26 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. A first down carry for Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 50, X3, 2-8 snap.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Rosas to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Second and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. That catch is a big one. We got to note it. Ties him for number 2 all-time with Tony Gonzalez, 1,325 career receptions.
And didn't they always tell us to model our performance, model our games after the greats that came before us? Well, here's a great example of why he's at this number. Took care of himself off the field and really produced on it.
On first down at Stanford. That'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
53, ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stafford into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 51. Hey, watch the ball.
Jones operating from the gun. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's go. 30 base. 45 to the mic. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. No. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
They'll run with Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Hey, 25.
Go. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. This is Shepard on the catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back to throw. Jones. And it's caught. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They come out here in the eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 4. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Rosa's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth quarter. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47.
Hey, take 22.
Check 90.
Hurry.
Check 99.
Bravo.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Kareem Martin. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Leonard Williams. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Stafford on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Stafford now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Now Stafford. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through plays.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, 50. Hey, Orbit.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Curse. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Mike 27. Hey, pick your game up.
22.
Mike 47. Mike 47.
Hey, Alpha.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike.
Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Hey, Delta.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Zoo.
They snap it to Stafford. He's got Curse. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Giants, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.